Okay, well, there's just randomly a little gap there. Okay, so I'm going to be playing some Toscleave Ninjitsu. We're running 4 Sea Dasher Octopus, 4 Ninja of the Deep Hours, 3 Toski. So lots of drawing cards on impact. We're also running 2 Ember Cleave, and then a nice aggressive 12 creature, or 12 1-drop creature package. And we're just going to jam it. We're going to see if it's good. If it's not, then well, I guess so be it. But it should be fine. Oh boy. Oh, goodbye play points. I mean, we're playing Toscleave and Ninja of the Deep Hours. Alright, well, we're locating our opponent. Oh, this list is so beautiful. Wingcrafter. Oh my god, I miss playing Wingcrafter in Magic. And the thing is, too, is Sea Dash or Octopus is just really solid as a Magic card. Okay, join the match. Guess I kind of want to just refresh chat a little bit, but I don't think there's a good button for that. I've kind of just had it open for this entire time. There we go. Oh, I guess you could just refresh the page and then that works perfectly. Perfect. Okay, well, new stream, new chat. I won the dice roll. Who would I like to play first? Me. Oh. Magic Online high keys. Randomly not working. This is a mulligan. I guess we're keeping this. Oh, these wetlands feel bad. Yeah, I wish we just had more lands, really. We're on 20. It's a little on the greedier side, but it's not like it's egregiously greedy either. Our opponent's on no companion. Might be Tron or Amulet. Red-black prowess. Would play Luris most of the time. Regardless, our no max elemental bites the dust. Hopefully we could just make our land drops, that'd be phenomenal. Well, this is gonna be another one of those leagues, I guess. But it pays 2. Hoxa. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not sure if we really beat their deck, to be completely honest. I don't want to shove up Toski. We're probably just going to concede if we don't have a land here. Yeah. Well. Let's go to game 2. Okay, so I think Tailsun's fine here to deal with Croxa. What else, though? I mean, this seems like a good United Will matchup. Probably like in United Will, out to Bolt, and then just run it like that. Maybe cut another Bolt for Huntmaster. I'm not totally opposed to that. I think Gust is fine here too. Maybe we just go 2-2 split of Gust and Unified Wills. Maybe Unified Will's just better too. Okay, I'd like to play first, but I'd like to have a hand that has more than one land in it. This hand's so solid, but we just... Like, where are lands? What? What? This is so miserable. I guess we're keeping this and we're going to try to find a land. I don't know. This just seems so bad. Probably bottoming if Magus Elemental. Jack, I just want to draw freaking... I don't know. I want to not be miserable. We've already conceded game 1. Like, we're on game 2 right now. Like, 20 lands. We hit 2. We could curve into 2 very easily, you know? Like, we're not necessarily curving all the way to 4, but we can curve into 2 drops. Like, what is this? Bottom. Okay. Well, I mean, if we just don't hit lands, like, how are we supposed to win? Okay, opponent fatal pushes. Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. I just want to play the deck, and then we just don't draw any lands. And we've mulliganed to 6 both times, but I'm not mulliganing to 5. I mean, I don't know. Like, these 6s have been fine, we just want to hit lands. Land? I'll play one more turn, but I just want to go into the next match, honestly. I just don't know how we beat this. If this is a Liliana, it's game over. I mean, I'm not beating that either. Sea Dasher, Budget Ninja? I mean, sort of. It's just a... Holy fucking shit. Okay, well, we don't talk about this game. I put 20 lands in this deck, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, well. Yeah, so I decided to put Sea Dasher in to kind of, like, hammer in on the game plan of curving 1-drop creature into turn 2 Ninja. And I think that's a pretty good strategy. And I just kind of want to see how well that works. Additionally, Sea Dasher has a lot of good targets between Toscleave, other Sea Dashers, and then Fairy Seer, Spellstutter Sprite, and Magus Elemental. It can attach to all of those. And it also makes Fairy Seers and Spellstutters and Magus Elementals bigger. So we're on the draw here with 2 lands, some Fairy Seers. I could have answered that question if Uro and Icefang Coatl were still at the top of the format, and Oko. But since those cards have all kind of faded out, I kind of want to mulligan this into a Sea Dasher. Yeah, like this. This is a hand that... Wait, no, this is not it. Huh. Well, this one's missing the 1-drop creature. But I think it's still probably a keep. We'll bottom Ninja here, I think. Sea Dashers are better standalone. I think they're just the better card, honestly. See what our opponent's up to, though. Storm? I think we could probably beat Storm pretty easily. Hypothetically. As long as you just draw lands. I don't understand why we don't draw lands sometimes. Like, the game just absolutely hates us, and that we're just not able to draw lands. It's bizarre. Okay, Flusterstorm seems pretty good here. I think I'm probably just gonna go top, honestly. Wow. What a fucking 180. This deck went from unplayable, one land garbage. But we should be mulliganing to 5, I think. Trying to hit 2 lands in our hand. I feel like we're not winning these games that we have no lands. Okay, our opponent's looking to cast Opt here, probably. But I'm just going to get this Sea Dasher into play. We're going to put it over. Gives it extra power toughness. It also has flying too. Just kind of really good synergy there. Okay, opponent might go bear here, which is kind of bad for us because we don't really have a way of removing the bear. Yeah. We have Unified Will plus Flusterstorm next turn. I had Spellstutter Sprite too, I guess. But it's no longer a fairy. That's actually interesting. Main phase. Okay, do we put another Sea Dasher on this? I think the answer is no. We can flash into Sea Dasher at the end of their turn if they don't do anything. Ooh, another Flusterstorm. Pass. It is very interesting that we no longer have berries. Yeah, that's an interaction, I suppose. Sleight of hand. I'm fine with just Spellstutter spreading this, honestly. Opponent's wondering whether or not they want to remand it. Right, so I'll Flusterstorm your remand. There's no fast mana in the format for them to abuse. I could like split it between Sleight of Hand. Oh no, what is this? The objectively better Toscleave was. I'm not sure about Goblin Guide. Not sure how I feel about that. Well, we're playing against Jesus 678, so I wouldn't really question a whole lot of what's going on. They are, after all, our religious superior. I'd love to draw a bolt. Well, this is also pretty hot. Okay. What does this allow us to do? We can... Oh my god. Like, this deck draws so many fucking cards. I love it. This deck is amazing. Yeah, I think we'll pass here. The thing is we could just flash in this mutate end of turn too if we wanted to. But we get to hold up Flusterstorm plus Unified Will here. I don't think they can beat that. Kind of ritual here, I think. Chokes them on mana, because then they remand and then we get to fetch. Shock, Breeding Pool, Flusterstorm, eat the copies. Epic gamer moment. Epic fucking gamer moment. Alright, if we pretend the first game didn't happen, then we're kind of chilling. Honestly, Weather the Storm kind of sucks here. Veil is fine. Dispute is fine. Unified Will is good. I'm not a fan of Gust. Think of Braid is fine. Actually, Gust answers Aria Flame if they decide to bring that in. Guess the better question is what's bad here? And I'm pretty sure our entire deck is just built to beat decks like theirs. Yeah. I'm like looking at our interaction, I'm like, yeah, Flusterstorm's pretty good. Unified Will's pretty good. I mean, we could play Weather the Storm as additional Niv Magus feel. It's Tupac. I don't think we want Weather the Storm here. I think Weather the Storm is worse than these other cards. I think Veil... I'm actually not sure how I feel about Veil. Like, we could probably just cut the Toscleaves and the Embercleaves, and then just run more interaction. I kind of like doing that. Maybe, like, not bringing this Dispute in this Unified Will. Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like Unified Will is probably better than, yes. Something like this, I think, would be good. I mean, I'd love to keep the Toscleaves in, but I'm not planning on tapping out on turn 4 plus. Yeah, I mean, our deck is kind of just chilling on the Sea Dasher Octopus plan. Like, holy shit. Keep this. Apparently, it just slaps unreasonably hard. This is definitely going to be a breeding pool. Well, maybe not definitely. Well, wait. We'll play the island turn 1. Huh. We're probably going to be on the Ninja of the Deep Hours plan here, because Sea Dasher is a little bit weaker to held up removal. But we'll see. Our opponent might just play a bear. Okay, they don't play a bear. Okay, well, best of luck, Jack. I am wishing you no snow-covered lands. Holy shit. Yeah. I think I'm just passing here. Like, I can mutate at the end of their turn. But I kind of want to just hold up Unified Will for a Care Bear. A Bear Care. They might have Dispute here. Both my thing, sure. That's pretty rough, actually. Well, there's Unified Will being unbelievably useless. Yeah, we're gonna pass, and then we're just gonna hope that we're not dead. I mean, we're spell stuttering this. Flusterstorm this. Ritual, sure. Shoot. Do they have a empty the warrens here? We'll concede to empty the warrens. I didn't think their hand would be ritual, empty the warrens though. Well, no, they could definitely beat it. They could just... So I'm confused. How did our Flusterstorm not counter their remand? Oh, they paid it. Oh. 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 Okay, yeah, we're chilling. Well, we got rid of all their resources, and we didn't really have to expend anything. I think it's worth it. But yeah, I think you're right. I think just letting them remand the spell stutter is fine. But I also wanted to prevent them from drawing cards, so I don't know. I think it's close. It's just not like super definitely do it or definitely don't, to be honest. Okay, they hit us for one. If they just swing and then pass, we get to play Sea Dash or Octopus, which sounds so fucking good. Go to your end step opponent. Oh! Sea Dash or Octopus? Like, how fucking broken is it? It's so good. It's so good. Okay, then we can untap, draw. Okay, we can play a land. I'm honestly game to just mutate a Sea Dash or Octopus on top of our Sea Dash or Octopus. I mean, this is what I came here to do. I'm gonna fetch. We'll get an island. Mutate. Put it over, you know, to assert dominance. Okay. Okay, we'll pass the turn. And then we have Wingcrafter to give it flying? Oh, it's so good. Like, how did they beat this? It's actually so good. I think this deck is unironically really good. Against Storm, at least. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Not really sure how good Embercleave is in this, though. I feel like Embercleave's probably not there. Okay, we get to draw 2 more cards. Bottom. We'll just look for Flusterstorm and lands, honestly. Feel like we definitely just want to be making our land drops. You're doing this in our turn, so we don't add to their storm count. Sure. Sure. They're kind of just throwing away all their good cards. I don't. Okay. Metamorphosis is very important to their deck. They can't just throw them away like this. And if they gifts us, we get to veil it. We're gonna put in this other Sea Dasher, I think, on the fairies here. F. Could play Ninja, I guess. Ninjitsu in this little guy. Bounce the fairies here. Gives us somewhere to scrying. We kind of get to draw like infinite cards here. Holy shit. Well, we're about to draw a couple more cards. We could discard the fairies here there too. Let this resolve. Yeah, we'll just counter whatever they play. It's like a... Sure, so we'll like let them bolt their thing. It's fine. We don't really care. I want to see what they have in their hand. Works too. What a stellar league we have so far. I feel like the fact that we could beat Storm in a convincing 2-0 means this deck isn't completely garbage, because at least it can do the thing that it's supposed to do pretty well. Just only play against Storm? Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, like, you're playing Ice Fang and I'm playing Spellstutter Sprite. That's, like, the big difference here. Right? Like, there's not really another huge disconnect. I'm curious where Embercleave is actually good. I guess. I feel like Goblin Guide's a mistake to play, but I don't know. Maybe it's good enough. I think you want some Sea Dasher octopuses. Octopi. You won the die roll? Hell yeah, I did. I'll keep this. This hand seems fun. Like that I don't have to be ninjaing on turn 2, but I could totally mulligan for it if I wanted to. Like, I could just be on the control plan and then just jam this Tossie. Octodad. I mean, if you were watching that last game, like, we kind of just wrecked shit with Octodad. Gotta lead on this Flooded Strand. It's probably gonna be Steam Bends, I think. We're gonna just play this Fairy Seer. Fairy Seer. The Seer of Fairies. I'd love to build this deck in paper, though. This deck seems so fucking fun. Like, for basically no reason, too. Like, does this deck have any right to be as fun as it is? No? That doesn't stop it. Okay, Ancestral Vision. I guess we can get a draw off this. But I think... Is that even worth it? Mutating this. I mean, it doesn't seem awful. I think my plan is really to just either mutate it with protection or like with the Flusterstorm protection, or to just cast it. Is there a blue-red control deck? But if this is taking turns, then I'd want to be mutating onto it. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess my buddy would be on taking turns, because you don't really see Ancestral Vision anywhere else. But I wouldn't want to be wrong and then get super punished for that. If they tap 2 would play like a Howling Mine or something. Jesus Christ. People actually play that card? Ninja's a lot safer against removal. I think we're probably getting a forest here. Oh my god. How we could play around Blood Moon if they're playing it. Okay, I think we get to connect here, which is really good. But we have played around the Lightning Bolt that we thought was probably in their hand. See, our opponent's doing a little bit of a thinker. They might just have second bolt here, but I think we're fine with that. And it seems like their deck would really struggle to beat Toscleave. I think their deck would struggle to beat 2 Toscleaves. I mean, they're basically Teamer, Ancestral Vision, Lightning Bolt. This might be like free spell teamer with like Collective Conjuring. And or Electro Balance. Yeah, Greater Gargadon. Yeah, so this is a free spells deck. We should be pretty good against their deck too. We just need to draw counter spells, I guess. Let's go to combat here. Can attack for 2. Hopefully we draw a counter. Shoot. I guess, yeah, I mean, it's How many creatures are you running? You're running 16 one-drop creatures? How do you make room for that? What are you running that I'm not? Oh, you're not running the Dithagus package. Or makes sense. Yeah, I think I just have to pass here. I could flash in the Octopus at the end of their turn. Like, it's weak to... Like, how useless is Ancestral Vision? I mean, maybe. We have enough playable creatures, and, like, we have enough redundancy with stuff like Sea Dash or Octopus and Ninja that we could totally play Orion. And we just play a ton of ETB creatures that are really good. And we could make it happen. I think Snapcaster Mage belongs in this deck. I'm going to Ferris here, and I'm going to look for a counterspell here. Because then I get to draw 2. If our opponent has a Bolt, then we still get to draw 1. So it's actually not that bad for us. They get to draw 3 off this Ancestral Vision. That's when things really get scary for us. Okay. Spell Stutter's very good against their deck. Four, we get to draw 2. Hopefully we just start hitting land drops, that would be nice. But we're also just, we have 2 bolts in hand. Perfect. So now we can bolt them end of turn and then still have Spell Setter up. Honestly, I'm fine if this Ancestral Vision resolves. Like, it doesn't end the game. I'm just scared of Restore Balance, really. Alright, it's basically a don't let Restore Balance resolve, and then the game is over. Opponent has 9 cards in hand, but we have 7, so, like, do we really give a shit? Our creatures have been more of an Ancestral Vision than their entire deck. Yeah, so this is fine. We don't really care. They cast Restore Balance here. We counter it, and then the game's over. Oh no, are they gonna sacrifice their stuff and then play the Restore Balance? Oh, that's a yikes. Poor opponent. Yep. Okay, okay, what's the new deck idea? I'm listening. That was the original idea. Was that we, well, not the original one, but the four color meme one. I feel like Embercleave. I have yet to cast Embercleave. I'm curious how good it is. Like, it might be great, it might just be awful. Really not sure. Okay, so we're against this deck. I mean, we're kind of in the market for dispute counters some stuff. Gust is good. Yeah, those are really good. I'm honestly fine to just cut all 4 bolts. Okay, well, I have yet to cast Embercleave. I mean, it's not surprising. I haven't had a whole lot of games to cast Embercleave. Okay, we have an unkeepable hand with Embercleave. We could totally cast it this one. I mean, we just cast it with a different hand. So, definitely the plan. Okay, well, we have another hand that's just not great. I mean, oddball again. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, we didn't get punished. Okay, keep this. Honestly, I'll just bottom dispute land. Done. I mean, it's keepable. Like, we could keep the 1-lander, but I'd rather keep a 5 that has 2 lands. Do I respect the... I respect the Electro Dominance. I'm not going to play a turn 1 Fairy Seer. It doesn't change anything, really. Put this on the top, and if we decide we don't want it, we'll shuffle it away. I don't think we're looking to protect this Fairy Seer. And I think the answer is we're probably shuffling this away. We just want lands, really. We're definitely shuffling. We don't want that card at all. Okay, hopefully we don't get Electro Dominance here. Okay, nice. Oh, we shuffled too. Well... yeah, we're really scared of Electro Dominance. I just need to scry. We need to find a land. And then we could play these Ninja of the Deep Hours, and we could really just get at our opponent. So we'll have Flusterstorm back up, and then they basically can't win. Alright, well, there's our land. It's not a very good one, but it's a land. It's actually the worst land in the deck, but that's fine. Well, I mean, like, one of our initial reasons to be in Teamer was to just run Tarmogoyf. So like maybe we just run Tarmogoyf. It's a possibility. Goyf in this. Actually, wait, no. We talked about Goyf, and I said it was a bad idea because we don't have any sorceries. We don't have. It'd just be the smallest, saddest creature in all of existence. Even sadder than this Anger of the Gods. I swear to God, if they have a Veil of Summer, I'm gonna be so sad.
Locks no Veil.
Okay. Flusterstorm being randomly broken. Okay. We get to draw a land this turn. They get Ancestral Vision down, so I think we're gonna have to not put Ninja in unless we want to let them resolve the visions, which I think we don't. So we'll play Spell Stutter and then we'll still have Flusterstorm up. You must play the sprite. Oh shoot, it looked like that had 0 counters on it. How do I, wait. That is totally my bad, actually. Oh, no. I was right. It had the 1 counter on it. Okay, bless. We nearly punted away drawing a card from our ninja. The issue is As Foretold's really good here. Because, like, we can counter the spell they play off of the As Foretold, but we need to... Yeah. They play Electrodominance, we're definitely just letting it resolve and then countering whatever they play off of it. I'm fine with this. Not excited about it, but I'm fine with it. Seems pretty loose, to be honest. Okay. Declare blocks. We're going to Ninjitsu. Hit them with 3. Draw a card. Just pass here. This Flusterstorm should hopefully be really good. I guess if they cast it for actual mana, then we probably counter it. It's a little spooky. Now we get to protect our ninja and... Yeah, this is good. And deny them casting a spell. Huh. Okay, well, I think we're gonna just play to draw into better cards. We'll go for 2 draw steps for like Flusterstorm or a land plus any of our 2 mana counters. We started at the bolts, but I think that was correct. Wow, we're just drawing all of our Sea Dashers. Okay, well we kind of whiffed, but we can... pretend like we have Flusterstorm. Do we play this Fairy Seer? No, I think we just play the Fairy Seer. If they have something, they have something, but they don't have Gargadon or anything. Yeah, so no. They have one card in hand, so they would have to draw into the half of the combo that they're missing. So probably an enabler. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, well we're really good against these linear decks, but we already kind of knew that. I'm just glad we're doing like convincingly amazing in these matchups. Like we're doing better than some of my Delver lists run. Actually, doing better than basically all of my Delver lists run into those decks. Normally I'd go to like 2 to 3 games. I'm just wiping them in 2, and it feels really good. I mean, our counter suite is just so fucking phenomenal. Embercleave. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if my version of the deck goes wide enough for Embercleave to be good. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm playing a mono blue deck that has a painful mana base. Not gonna lie. This Tosky seems good, though. Yeah, Storm and Dominance definitely feel like good matchups. I'll fucking take it though, like if I'm doing fine with the deck, even if I'm running into decent matchups, like it's fine by me, you know. Like if somebody were to tell me that my Wingcrafter Fairy Seer Spellstutter Sprite deck was bad against the Lava Dart deck, I would believe them. And I also wouldn't really care to test the matchup, you know. I'd be like, oh, that matchup's abysmal? Okay. Tron seems okay. Tron is a lot less soft to Flusterstorm. This is kind of where some of the power of our deck comes, so. By some, I mean, like, this is one of the better cards in the deck. This one is not. Ninja Land. I think we'll bottom top. I think getting Ninja online next turn is going to be really important. And then we bottom the land because we want to draw into counter spells. And by counter spells, I mean specifically Unified Will, which I cut down to 3 copies, which might be wrong. But I wanted to have like enough creatures. Okay, untap. Draw. Okay. Pay the life. Combat. Like, our opponent's gonna have Tron next turn, but we can't really do anything about that. So we're just gonna draw a card and then concede. Which, you know, feels great. This is always the type of Magic that I like playing. My opponent's played one spell, you know, I've cast a spell, activated an ability, I drew a card. They get to search their library and get 7 mana for 3 lands. It's good. Yeah, really, really wish I had I was either on the play here or I don't know. I mean, my hand's just not good against their deck. That's, I guess, what it comes down to. I'd say it's so bad even that... Oh, they didn't crack it end of turn. That's actually so bad for them. Oh, they're blue draw? Okay, opponent. Respect. Respect, not a complete degenerate. Okay, well this hand was actually good against Blue Tron, so we've got that going for us. This might even be Gifts Tron with the blue-white talisman. Okay, well we're gonna hit them for 2. Our deck seems really solid against Blue Tron. Like, maybe not this hand specifically, but like... This seems unbelievably awful with our current mana situation. I'll play a Niv-Magus Elemental. I won't discard the Embercleave for the sake of not discarding the Embercleave. Also, I haven't shown them red yet, so... Okay. Kind of want to see what our opponent's doing. This is like a walking ballista will concede. It's a walking ballista. Oh, Mindslaver, take a turn. What can they even fuck up, honestly? Sure, I think this is fine. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything can really go wrong here. We'd have to draw a land. See, our opponent is playing our deck, which means they don't actually draw a land. They can't beat us with their own deck. They can't bolt our creatures. They've seen the red, though. Yeah, they had turn 3 Tron, and I'm like, I'm so dead. And then they just Mindslaver us for no value. Like, this is the most expensive 10 mana Thoughtseize I've ever seen. Oh no, they really tapping us out of our mana. Oh, what are they going to discard? Oh no, are we going to lose one of our uncastable red spells? Or worse, one of our 3 Flusterstorms? Oh, okay. Oh no, they have a Field of Ruin. How do we beat that? Oh, it is Gift Storm. Or not Gift Storm, Giftstron. Gift Thron. I mean, this seems fun. Flusterstorms are pretty dog shit against their deck, not gonna lie. I mean, like, now, because they just have Tron Assemble and they have all the mana they could ever need. Oh, okay, so they're not going for the combo. They're getting Crucible plus Field of Ruin seems really rough. Old Stone seems pretty rough. Well. I mean, I think Crucible's pretty innocuous, so I don't think we choose Crucible. I think Revival makes our other 2 choices more awkward, but I think we just take Stone and Farm Coil. Just send those to the fucking pits. Like, this is even bad Tron. This is just the worst Tron. Do they just have another Worm Coil engine? Oh no, they play the Crucible Immortals. What is our mono blue deck that's splashing 2 colors ever going to do against such tyranny? I don't know. I guess we just lose. How do we beat the Field of Ruin lock? With our... We only have 4 islands and a forest. Okay, I don't know. If they have a Ghost Quarter, then it's still not even that bad for us. Whew. Okay, well we get to untap. Draw a card. Okay. Randomly semi-useful. I feel like they should have cast the Noxious Revival in their turn. If they wanted it to resolve. Behind our wall of impenetrable nonsense. I guess they could cast an upkeep. Or not. Huh. Well, if our opponent loses to this somehow, I'm just going to feel bad for them. Then again, they're playing Tron lands, so maybe I don't feel bad for them. I feel like not feeling bad for the Tron players is probably the correct play. Is this not sized properly? Snapcaster, sure. Gifts. Sure. How? Oh shoot! Well, yeah, this is gonna be hard to counter. Guess that's not a huge deal. So it'll be Stormcount 2, so they'll have to pay 3 and then 4 for the next one, and they've only got 6. So it will counter it by the second Cluster Storm. I think this is definitely worth it. They might just give up now. But if they give up, then we get a giant Magus Elemental. Oh yes! Our opponent gives up just like they all do. Alright. Well, will it be good enough? Let's find out. It's a 9-10, Jesus Christ. Oh, we could play Wingcrafter on it? Well, apparently our opponent lost to this. I don't know how, to be completely honest. Oh. Alright, we have Braxis in here. We've got the squad, honestly. Dispute. This seems good. Was that even good against their deck? They play Little Karn, right? I guess. Veil seems pretty good here. I love how they took Toscleave though when we had like no realistic chance of actually casting Toscleave. That was pretty hype. I think we're probably taking out Bolts. Probably taking out Jesus. Honestly, I'm gonna keep Tails End on the bench. I don't think it's necessarily really good. Honestly, I'm gonna bench Dispute too. I mean, I kind of want Dispute, but we already have so many soft counters with Flusterstorm. And I think Veil's just better, so. Gonna keep it. Veil's kind of just absolutely nuts in this matchup. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I actually don't know why you'd ever sleeve up Giftstron. Like, if you're gonna play a fun deck, just don't play Tron. There's a lot of built-in tension there, you know? What's the interaction with bounce spells and mutate? If they bounce my mutated creature, do I get the mutated creature and the mutate back, or does it like fall off like an enchantment? I have no idea. I kind of want to know. Okay. Okay, opponent playing the most useless deck in the universe. Get the Scry 2 here, find more counter spells. Okay, with a hand like this, it's going to be a little bit rough for our opponents to beat us. I think we're bottoming Toscleave. I think we're going to bottom both here. We could find another copy of Toscleave later when we're actually ready to cast it. But I think we prefer not to get a Toscleave now. Because they're holding up repeal here. I'm just going to stick at them for 1. We can spell setter sprite whatever they play. But I kind of want to play around remand and repeal. I guess they're deciding whether or not they want to repeal it. What is our opponent doing? Okay. Have they decided that repealing a 1/1 is not worth it? Potentially. No guarantees, though. I mean, they could totally do it just to cantrip. Easy claps. Spell stutter sprite. At it again. Bam. Get the fuck out of here, Chalice. Oh, and we got our green source too. This might be the beginning of the end for our opponent. I'm just gonna fetch shock now because I guess we'd be scared of second Chalice. I think we're fine with being scared of second Chalice though. Well, I mean, I guess we could play around it. We just get to draw 1 less card. Doesn't seem great though. Like, that's 1 less card. I guess we also play around Karn. Yeah, we could just flash in this Sea Dasher Octopus. Okay. Opponent's down to 17, 5 cards in hand. We can get this Sea Dasher Octopus in play. We're holding a Unified Will with Veil of Summer Protection. I like our position so much here. I actually don't know if they play like the normal Bluetron culprits. I'd imagine they do though, because they're playing like Mindslaver and stuff. Alright, Mr. Giftstron. What do you have for me today? Okay, well apparently this deck is just cracked in half-jack. How's your version doing? Actually, wait, I will be right back, but I'm, yeah, I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, so we are 3-1 right now, which is pretty fucking fire. We've only dropped 2 games this entire league. Let's just run it back, I guess. I mean, we've definitely beaten some veritable memes. Okay. Well, our hand slaps, so that's good. It's definitely good. We're definitely going to be leading on Fairy Seer here. We can curve into Spell Stutter or Ninja, depending on what the circumstances demand. Keep. Opponent's got pretty cute. I mean, true. I'd have to play another league or two with this. But the fact that I've already gone 3-2 or better means that I can afford to play another league with this, so that's not like a financially poor decision, like playing Jeskai Delver. I think I lost 300 play points playing Jeskai Delver. And I actually had to pay tickets to enter another league. Yeah, that was not my finest moment. Okay, we do not want another ninja. I will take another land. Pass. Opponent looks to be on Jank, also known as Eldrazi-tron. They're probably going to Thought Knot us next turn, but I'm kind of fine with that. We can't really Spell Stutter that, so we're going to be ninjaing. I mean, I think this deck is definitely decent. I mean, we definitely played against the matchups where we could just kind of hit them with Ninja of the Deep Hours and then just kind of keep hitting them with this card, which is good. Could definitely take that every day of the week. We get red mana. We can play Wingcrafter. This feels good. Sure. You've got a Thought Knots here. Yes, opponent. You counted to 4. I mean, turn 3, 4/4 is not that bad. We can beat this pretty handily. If they're bad, they take Ninja. If they're decent at the game, they probably take Toscleave or Wingcrafter. I feel like the plays probably just take Toscleave, but it technically depends on what they have in their hand. I say technically because there isn't really a world where they take the other ninja. Okay, they take the Wingcrafter. All right. Oh, we still have the Toscleave in our hand then, which is pretty fire. We might scare them away from attacking us. Like the feral creature we are. I mean, we're going to play this Toscleave next turn, and it's going to be really fucking good. Sure. Oh, we're looking to Spell Stutter Sprite literally anything here. I'll take 4. Hell yeah. Do that any day of the week. Okay, Bolt off the top would be good too. Alright, no Bolt off the top, so Toscleave time it is. Toscleave time with your pal Fairy Seer. Okay, we get to draw a card though. It's like a Ninja of the Deep Hours, Fairy Wizard. How broken is that? This is the dumbest deck in the history of Magic the Gathering. No! Potato! Our opponent's rude. That right there is a tragedy. How did our opponent lose so little life to that? Didn't we draw a card off the ninja? What the fuck am I missing? Oh, they gained 2 off the Radiant Fountain. Okay, so we can ninja this Fairy Seer next turn. Oh, that looks bad for us. 4, 5, 6. Matter Shaper, okay. I'll take a bolt off the top. And I'll go to combat here. I think I'm just gonna swing with this ninja. If it connects, that's good. If it doesn't connect, then whatever. I'm probably gonna have to trade with these Matter Reshapers with my 2/2s anyways. And then if they just take it, then that's fine too. We don't have any other green spells other than Toscleave game 1, so this is a good idea. Get the draw. Chalice of the Void into the revealed card zone. Just put it into your hand. Okay, I'll draw. There's there. Okay. Okay, so I think we're gonna dig for another fairies, or not fairies here, another Wingcrafter or a bolt. But I think bolt is gonna be bad here because of Chalice. And another Toscleave would be perfect if we could find a Toscleave. Toscleave or Wingcrafter. But Wingcrafter is also bad into this Chalice. So I guess we're just only digging for Toscleave. Pass it back to our opponent. Alright, if we find the Toscleave, we get to draw a metric fuck ton of cards. So I guess best of luck finding the Toscleave to us. Chalice on 2. Okay, that's awkward. I figured it was going to be Chalice on 1. But, like, I guess they know we have a Spell Stutter Sprite in hand. I thought it just flexing on us. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's awkward. We're gonna just swing with all of these, I think. Another Chalice. Oh, it's just wonderful. You're gonna pass. They can't put this Chalice on 1 though. It's just game. Okay. Well, each round's pretty brutal. We don't really have tools in the sideboard to beat them either. It's kind of just we're planning on punting the matchup type of deal. Unified Will's fine. Flusterstorm's pretty bad. They drew 2 dismembers that game though. Doesn't change the fact that it's not great. A Braid is fine because it counters or kills their chalices. but it's also not great. I'm fine with taking out 2 bolts and bringing in 2 braids, and then running it like this. Okay, we can 4-1 this league. Oh my god, or we can just screw up the sizing of all of our windows. Okay, something like that. Okay, bam. Fairies here, fairies here, fairies here, fairies here, fairies here, fairies here, fairies here. Like, these cards are just bad against our opponent's deck. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Keep. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna just make this Magus Elemental or the Wingcrafter. Which one? Oh, I mean the Magus Elemental because it's a non-human. Okay, we're down 1 game, but we can win this. We could definitely win this. And I think if we manage to take 1 game off of Eldrazi-tron, because like they were on the play last game, right? I think being on the draw against Eldrazi-tron is generally just you're fucked if you're playing one of these fair decks. Not if you're playing any fair deck, but if you're playing one of these fair decks, definitely. Okay, we're just hoping to not get dismembered here. Okay, fingers crossed for no dismember. And we're gonna mutate over. Just please no dismember. Please no dismember opponent 1 time. Okay, well our opponent doesn't have dismember in hand, which is good to know. Get the pass. I mean, that's basically like exactly what we needed to win. Like, Chalice, pretty freaking good against us, yeah. Did bring in the braids, which was a good idea. Okay. We're gonna hit our land drops, try to hit Toscleave. They just get to draw 50 cards whenever this thing connects, for whatever reason. The thing is we could still yeet all of these creatures onto the stack and then cast a Flusterstorm. So we've got that going for us. The issue is the Sea Dasher Octopus doesn't have Dasher. The Sea Dasher Octopus does not have flying. I mean, we had Wingcrafter in our hand, but alas, 'twas not to be. They take Tosky here. Sea Toskers. A break. Okay. We'll pass it back to our opponent. I'd like it if their Chalice of the Void was instead kind of like a Ryo, where it countered the first spell that was CMC 1 that your opponent casted. Okay. Well, it's pretty good against us. Opponent plays follow-up creature. Okay, that's also pretty good against us. Respect it. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright, well, we got the 3-2. I will take it, I suppose. Oh, I got the sound effect twice. Alright, I didn't really draw Embercleave once that entire time. I was excited to have Tosky. Yeah. I don't think I really have a whole lot of thoughts on the deck. I think it was fine, actually. I guess I'll play it again soon. Probably not today. Got a little bit of work to do. I mean, I guess I could play it now before I do work. Might not be a good life decision, but it does sound like fun. So I mean, I guess you can't argue with that. Okay, we don't have negative play points anymore. But yeah, I think the Sea Dasher Ninja package is definitely fun. I'm not sure, like, Sea Dasher feels bad to play into removal, but at the same time, if you're thinking about playing it into removal, you could just flash it in. It's pretty good. I think that mutates more of like the second ability than the first about, in my opinion. It's also possible we do want the 21st land in here. I actually wouldn't hate it. I think 21 lands is correct for this. I don't think we want the 22nd land. But I also don't know what the cuts are. I think the cuts are honestly probably these Embercleaves. I think Embercleave is just weak in this deck because I'm not interested in tapping out for it. Maybe I am. Embercleave. Yeah, I think Embercleave has to go. Ugh. I mean, it's like almost good, but I think we just don't have enough creatures to make it good, so I think Embercleave has to leave. Which means our mana base can be a little bit less red-centric. Don't really need... We'll keep the 2 steam bands, I suppose. We'll keep the Spire Bluff Canals for the most part, but I'll run Botanical Sanctum as well. Botanical Sanctum. Do I have 2 of these? I don't. We can run something like that. And then run the last Unified Will. Then, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could play more and just see if I actually get to Embercleave and then see if it's good. But the card just seems like a yikes in this deck, honestly. Like, I don't know where I'd actually want it. As opposed to just something else. We could play Blood Moon in this deck. Do you think this is a Blood Moon deck? I think this might be a Blood Moon deck, honestly. Do I own Blood Moons? No. Okay. It's kind of sad. Maybe like one main, one side. But this is definitely like lands, lots of islands. Maybe Blood Moon. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'd have to like rework a little bit of the land situation. But this honestly seems fine too. I feel like we just don't really need... I mean, the red splash doesn't seem super great. The green splash seems fine. Bolt seems good though. Bolt definitely seems like... Does it carry its weight? Maybe. I don't know. It's like, how much are we casting Embercleave for in this deck is the real question. And I think the answer is we're casting it for 3 or 4. And if I'm tapping 4 mana on my turn in my blue deck, I want it to be a Toscleave. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think Embercleave is top end where we already have enough top end. Okay, so I guess. No, I think it's fine. 21 lands. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Blood Moon seems good at this deck, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it would just be an interesting angle for this deck to go down. Be able to just kind of like randomly moon people out. Doesn't seem awful. We could also play like a boil-proof mana base and then just jam boil in here. But I think our deck is pretty good on average against the blue decks because Sea Dash or Octopus being a flash threat is really threatening. Which is good. I mean, you want your threats to be threatening. And then the 1 mana creatures are pretty good. Spell Stutter's fine. Yeah, I like it. I think this deck's good. I think I'll probably go back to it. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's better than this deck. This deck seemed to... Oh, no, this deck's awful. Don't play this deck. Don't ever touch this deck. You will lose every single game you play. Like, you're all like, wow, look at those 18 lands. We've got this great interactions. This deck sucks. Don't play this deck. This deck's bad. I think if you wanted to play this deck... I don't know. Like, these cards were bad. These cards were bad. These cards were... not, the Mantis Riders were fine. The Mantis Riders were in, like, the medium pile. The Mana Leaks were bad. The Paths were bad. The Helix was honestly pretty bad. It was, like, fine, but I probably wouldn't play it. I don't know. Maybe start with something like this and then work from there. But just don't touch that deck. It's not good. This deck was good, though. This deck was good. This deck was fun. I played this deck forever ago, though. I probably have to revisit it. Oh, here's the teamer list with Toscleave. This one was like a 2-3 list. I might play this one again. I'm not sure. But the Mana Leak Shoal package feels so bad. I wish there was just a nice, clean solution to Mana Leak Shoal. It's just so awful. I mean, the nice, clean solution is just for Wizards to print Counterspell. And then I could play Shoal plus Counterspell. But until that happens, Shoal plus Mana Leak is just... It's so angled towards the early game. And then your Shoal falls off because it can't counter their Karns. And then your Mana Leak falls off and it can't counter anything. Yeah. Force over Shoal? It doesn't even solve the issue. Like, how do you beat Amulet Titan? No, Shoal is fine. But the thing is Shoal and Mana Leak fight over the same deck space. Which is not good. For obvious reasons. Like, it's fighting with the same deck space as Pierce. Because, like, Shoal isn't the same card as Force of Negation. Shoal is a different card than Force of Negation. And I think Shoal is honestly okay, but, like, Shoal plus Mana Leak is not a combination that wins games. I think Shoal plus Deprive is alright. I like Shoal plus Deprive. I liked it more when we had Mystical Sanctuary, for obvious reasons. I don't know. Maybe there's another way to get like a little bit of value out of my lands with Deprive. Like maybe a certain landfall creature costs 2 blue and a generic. That might be good. Calcite Snapper Tosky, the deck. Sounds like fun. I'd play a Calcite Snapper Tosky list. Actually, I might be the only one who would play a Tosky Calcite Snapper list. Actually, you know what? You know what? I think this might be Calcite Snapper's time to shine in Modern. What are the current decks? There's, yeah, but that would be so good. Like, Tosky is already really good. But, like, imagine... True. Okay, is Calcite Snapper... Like, Snapper dodges Dart, Bolt. Like, it dodges all the removal. And there's a lot of, like, heavy removal decks. Decks that just don't really play counter spells. Like, it could attack into E-Tron. Because the thing is if you're playing this deck, you could just side in Calcite Snappers if you wanted to. Or you could play the main deck. And then depending on how much Jund and Esper there is, you could just jam Snappers really good into them. Like, they can't answer them with any of these cards except for their counter spells, and then edicts, and then their one verdict, which is pretty good. So unbelievably good against control. Yeah, I don't know what changes I'd make to this. I mean, it's good against the linear decks at least, which is all I wanted it to be good against. It's good against the linear decks, and then against the more combo-y decks, you could just, or the more control-y decks, mid-range decks, you just draw cards and then hope that's good enough. It usually is. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off again. Probably jump on tomorrow. Actually, probably not tomorrow. I have a midterm. But yeah, might catch y'all this weekend. Alright. Peace, Jack.